Mysterious race of underground people lived in the Arctic along with the Nenets, according to claims. There's no doubt that thousands of years ago, the Arctic region was inhabited by the Samoyedic ethnic group known as the Nenets, who lived in tents. But there's a legend that there had lived a mysterious race called Shikyartia or Sirtia before the arrival of the Nenets. And according to the Nenets legend, Shihartians had light blue eyes, blonde hair, and they were very small in size. They used to live underground in the stunning daylight and only in the dark or in mist, and they came out of their caves using dogs and mammoths instead of deers for traveling in a search for prey. Shihartians had supernatural abilities and mastered blacksmithing, fishing, and hunting. And it's believed that Shihartians were not the indigenous people. They came to the north from over the sea thousands of years ago to Yamal and later spread their culture to the peninsula. They were highly skilled in comparison to the Nenets. Shihartians did not live in tents like the Nenets, but in dugouts that had the entrance from the top. The Nenets said that the Shihartians had underground storerooms with strict security to the entrance. At first, Nenets and Shihartians had no culture or personal clash, but the Nenets increased the number of deer, the deer that they need grassy land for their herds to feed. Shihartians might have been skilled, but they lacked the fighting skills, due to which they had to abandon their earthen houses and went to dungeons to graze their mammoths. In 2017, during an archaeological expedition to the Satoski Peninsula, a grave of the young child was discovered, who died between the age of 3 and 7 in the late 15th or early 16th centuries. After excavating the burial, the team of researchers led by Alexander Tachev of the Museum of Archaeology and Ethnography of Tiananmen State University found that elite headgear embellished with bronze decorations and iron rings on his grave. Such evidence helped the experts to confirm that the grave belonged to the indigenous Shihartian people. When we dug down, he said, we thought the grave was almost empty, but then we saw 2 knives and we were very surprised. When we noticed the pieces of fur and wooden cloth along with the decorations and understood it was impressive headwear, we were really shocked, Tachev said. Indeed, archaeologists have discovered 4,000-year-old sites in the Arctic region dating back to the Bronze Age. They unearthed metal pendants, carved tools, and ancient pottery that belonged to the non-Samoyed race. French explorer Pierre-Martin de la Martinière described Nenets as the sorcerers in his Voyage de paix septentrional, published in 1671. Besides, during his trip from Copenhagen to the Russian coast, he met mysterious short people who wore the white fur of polar bears and lived in homes of fish bones and moss. Among many Nenets folklore, there's a story when 2 sisters saw an extremely small man with white hair on a fog-like cloud floating towards them, who could communicate with fish. In another story, when one family stopped to give rest to their reindeer, they spotted a beautiful tiny girl in a shiny silver button dress who was asleep on the grass. And according to some myths, the people of Shikyartia went underground, lived there, most probably still resting there, and while others say that some Shihartians mixed with the Nenets, others left their homes or died. And this is on Hows and Whys by Vicky Verma. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.